It wouldn't go through the shirt. So.
Oh, we got.
Tell us a little bit about your Christmas when you were a boy. Do you remember one of your Christmases?
I remember the worst Christmas I ever had.
What was the worst one?
Yeah, the worst one. As far as when I was a little boy, because I guess I was about maybe 10 years old. And my father came home late that Christmas Eve, and I went to bed, and I got up the next morning, I ran into the living room. It was cold as hell, because the only way we heated the house was with a wood range. Not a stove as good as that, but just a range stove. So I ran in there, and there was a little tree there with a little bit of tinsel on it, and on the tree was envelopes.
Oh.
With cash in them. Like everybody got, my sister and I each got $10, but that was for, and then it says for clothes. So we had to take that out. So the next day my older sister took us down to White Plains and we bought some clothes for us. But that was, before that it wasn't too bad. I got little toys and things, Even any kind of a toy would have been better than that. $10.
$10 not bad though, but I guess
$10 is a lot of money.
if they're telling you what to buy though.
Yeah, sure. Here's what you go.
You want that
buy
toy.
some long winter underwear and stuff.
But you always had a little bush or a tree at least, huh?
Hey, we had a tree. And I'll tell you, after that, when we moved to the city, one of the wonderful things about Christmas was my father, sometime about 11 or 12 o'clock, would call for a taxi. Of course, we didn't have a car then, when we first moved there. You'd get a taxi and they'd take us to the nearest Chinese place where we had a turkey dinner.
Wow. On Christmas Eve?
Chinese, they cooked a wonderful turkey. Oh my
Turkey,
God.
huh? Not the duck, the turkey.
No, not the duck, that. You saw that? I saw that thing the other night.
Where they were singing?
That was good, wasn't it? That was a good Christmas night show. It was a great. Carrie and I sat together and watched that show together.
Get go bow.
Rah, rah, rah. And they chopped the head off? Yeah.
Just got the duck's head in his pocket after.
That was a great show. I enjoyed that. Yeah. That was better than one of the Christmas on 42nd Street. Yeah, it was a good show. As a matter of fact, we alternated between, as we were watching it, between that, we jumped back and forth between that and The Sound of Music. We watched some of The Sound of Music, which is another good Christmas show.
Is that one about Christmas? Sound of Music?
Not much.
Not
too much.
Really.
No, not too much about it.
Yeah. So was that something you did on a regular basis at Christmas Eve? Go out to Chinese?
Before I was able to cook myself, between the ages of maybe like 12 and 16.
Because your dad never punched around in the kitchen, huh?
Not to the extent that we cooked anything up. He was pretty good with the fish that he caught, though. He used to cook them up in tomatoes in a big frying pan. He'd clean them and leave the skin on the flounder, as I recall.
The flounder.
And open it up, clean the flounders, and put them in a nice big pan full of tomatoes and onion, and kind of sauteed them that way. You know?
I was surprised.
That was a good way to cook flounder. We had a lot of flounders, I remember.
He would catch them himself, or he'd get them?
No, he caught them. He was a great guy for getting a rowboat and going out to the sounds, and Fort Chester and those are towns up in Westchester.
In the rowboat.
Yeah,
Well, you rent a little boat? Or?
Yeah, he rent a boat for, I think a boat was a buck.
Wow.
You go out for a couple of hours.
Not bad.
And also used to like to go out in a party boat too.
The party boats.
Then he'd catch blackfish.
Oh, the party fishing boats.
Yeah.
Oh, we went out one of those.
Yeah.
Those are
We
fun.
went out 30 guys.
Those are a little crazy.
I went out and won out Gunquit for codfish. Did you ever do that? Go out there for cod?
No.
We did one in California.
Oh, yeah?
Little metal one, remember?
Yeah, what was that
They were catching some weird little
rockfish.
Yeah, a little something.
Slimy.
They said there was bass. Once in a while a guy would catch a bass, but
Did you get big cods off a Gunquit?
Oh, yeah. Really? And haddock.
Really?
Yeah, I went with a guy next door. His name was Momini. he took me out with his family. We spent the day on the boat. We got about, between us we got 60 codfish. We would take,
Reeling them in, like.
oh yeah, drop down to the bottom. It's not the greatest sport in the world because you drop the hook down to the bottom, you pick it up and let it hit the bottom, and when all of a sudden, if you catch a codfish, you know it, and you reel them up. No big fight or anything with a codfish. But they cleaned them and filleted them, and so all he brought home was the fillets.
Ah, that's nice. Yeah.
Which was wonderful.
They were doing that.
And he put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
But the guy had a depth finder, that he would search for fish, but he could also sense in the depth finder that when anybody caught anything of any size, how big it was and how it was coming up and so forth. You could see it on the depth finder.
Really?
A flip
You could
on
see a
the
little
depth
flip
finder.
coming
Yeah.
up. Wow.
And he was pulling, first he thought it was an old tire. But then he pulled up this haddock with 6 pounds.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a big doormat,
Yeah.
Wonderful. He was delighted. I think it was the biggest fish caught that day. This was called the Bunny something. This guy was quite famous for his fishing trips.
Fishing trips.
Yeah.
Nice. And you hunt some big deer too, huh? You guys caught some deer?
Say what?
You hunt some deer here?
How many deer have you got in your life, Dad?
How many deer have I shot in my lifetime? I think 8. About 8. I got the first one when I was exactly 50 years old in 1976, up on top of the mountain. I got the biggest deer I ever shot was shot with a bow and arrow.
Ooh, nice.
And that was up on top of the mountain.
One shot, bow and arrow?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, but it was no feat of marksmanship or skill or anything like that. I was lying down in a kind of a depression, just waiting where I thought something might come by. And all of a sudden here comes this guy, and he wasn't any further away than that dining room table. And I was down low and ready and back. And I had a 60-pound bear bow, which was a very good hunting bow at the time. It wouldn't be as good as a compound bow.
You ever hunt?
You guys ever shoot a bow at all?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Huh? You ever shoot not you, huh?
Little mini crossbow.
Oh,
You ever
Pull
go?
back in the recurve bow. Yeah.
well, this was a recurve bow.
You ever go bear hunting?
No, a bear bow there was a guy by the name of Fred Bear who was a very famous archer here in the States. As a matter of fact, if you ever go to Florida, there's a Fred Bear Museum in the town where the university is. It begins with a G. What day?
Gainesville?
Gainesville. In Gainesville, exactly.
You ever see him out?
Great museum with him, and he shot 100. He was a little wiry, sinewy kind of a guy. Arms about like mine are now, it seems. But he shot a 100-pound bow, and he was fantastic. I mean, he went to Africa and shot tigers. And I think another famous archer in the States was a fellow by the name of Hill. You ever seen any shorts of him, George?
Him shooting a bow and arrow?
Yeah, this guy Hill.
No,
Yeah.
Dad, never did.
Yeah, well, he used to hold competitions with shotguns. Guys that shot shotguns, they would lay a couple of discs on a table, round cardboard discs like that, and they both get back from the table. He had an arrow lying next to his bow, and the guy had a shotgun shell next to his shotgun. And on a signal, somebody would flip these discs way up into the air. They both would race towards the table. He would grab his bow and the arrow. The other guy would grab his, and almost inevitably beat the guy.
you had to load it,
He'd put an arrow through the
Disc out
disc
the air.
before. Yeah. His name, I have a last name. I forgot. First name. Last name, which it might have been Arthur.
You ever see a mountain lion up here?
No.
Oh,
No, I've never. I don't think anybody has ever run. I think the only odd
I don't
thing.
even think of bobcat.
No, well, the odd thing of it is that Mo Mama, the young Mo, got a bobcat,
ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
and it was out of season when he got it.
Uh-oh.
So as soon as he brought it home, because he did shoot it and bring it home, his father put it in the freezer. When they waited until the season came up, then they took it out and let it go and reported it. And it was still in the same condition. I don't think they even bothered cleaning it before they froze it. They just froze it in entirety, and then later on took it out and cleaned it and brought it down and had it recorded.
I didn't really think there was a season for bobcat. They were so
Whatever.
limited. Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably, a window.
Yeah, there's a little window in there somewhere.
And so they clean it. What do they do with it after?
What did he do? He
Stuffed it?
stuffed it.
Stuffed it,
Sure, he still
stuffed it?
got it, I think.
Oh, that's what
If you'd like to see it, I'll call him up. I'll ask him if he's got it. And he's probably got it in his living room. He's got a wonderful house up on the hill. I've never been in it now. He built one house way up on the hill back here and then moved out and went up a little bit higher.
Oh, yeah, Mike said load that up.
Mike said, keep your eye on this. Huh?
I saw a bobcat once.
Did you?
By the reservoir.
Reservoir Road.
No kidding.
Far away. In the road, though.
I've always seen a coyote.
Alive.
Times.
Yeah. I was with a guy with a better eyesight than me.
Uh-huh.
He confirmed. I saw something.
Griff, look over there, quick.
Yeah. You saw something you didn't know exactly what it was.
You been having a couple of fires, Dad, or you been living by the
I've had quite
heat
a few
too?
fires.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for the smoke, though.
Yeah.
But they've got the gal coming around from the
Oh, you're visiting nurse?
nurses. Yeah, she's all right. She comes about every
I
she's
thought
coming
they
back
said.
next Wednesday.
I thought they
She's pretty good. She checks my pulse and looks
Yeah.
at my toes. And sees that my feet aren't getting too fat.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
And got nice clean lungs. She said she likes my lungs.
Oh, that's good.
And generally it looks like, but I almost made a big mistake because when she came, she said, now you're completely housebound. She said, you don't drive the car. I said, well, I can drive. She said, but you don't drive the car down to the store by yourself and get groceries. So I thought, that's kind of, I love the way she phrased the question. So
Yeah.
I said, no, I don't. She said, that's good. I said, why not? Why is that? She said, because then you wouldn't be housebound and I wouldn't be able to come here.
Because
And
just that day you had driven down to the store, right?
Oh, sure. I had just gotten back about a half an hour before we
Jeez,
got
you
here.
people here, you're always deceiving the government,
Yeah.
whether it's bobcats or visiting nurses. It's like,
It's a story of life, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta work the system a little, just a little.
working the system. Yeah.
Just a little. How'd she check your lungs? Little x-ray?
No, it just was stethoscope.
Just kind of listens to you?
Yeah,
Oh.
listen to me, lean forward, take a good deep breath,
Yeah.
clear.
Oh, that's
clear
good.
lungs.
You got good air
You
here.
know, I'd like to get a stethoscope. Oh, how can I get a stethoscope?
No kidding.
Yeah, we could probably dig you up a stethoscope.
You think
Yeah,
so?
from the doctors? Yeah,
I've
we'll
always
get
wanted a
I'll ask Lenny.
Lynn
if
Marie.
She has one.
Oh, really?
Send you
I've
one.
always wanted my own stethoscope.
Sure. I'll ask her.
Thank you.
Oh, we got some chips here.
Okay. Chips, dip, now we need a bowl, and Dad, you're probably not even hungry. So you can just watch us.
No, I had breakfast.
Yeah? But that was probably enough for...
Oh, Deb,
Oh,
I'm-
Joe.
I've got quite a bit of nice leg of lamb out there on the porch.
Oh,
We're good.
Huh?
We
Yeah, well, maybe the boys would like a lamb sandwich, though.
Well, she's got